Hi guys, welcome back to another video of my channel. There's a special thing to say, so I posted this video, which is my first one on YouTube, got 1K views and 7 subscribers. This is me when I saw that, so you understand my feelings, right? So on to the video. In this video, I will show you top 10 most dangerous mythical creatures, starting with number 10, Hydra. This is a legendary creature from Greek mythology, known for its fearsome appearance and formidable abilities. It is depicted as a serpent-like monster with multiple heads, typically 9 or more, and a serpentine body. Each head has its own distinct personality and can regenerate if severed, making the Hydra nearly immortal and extremely difficult to defeat. The Hydra is said to dwell in the marshes of Lerna, where it lurks in a dark cave guarded by other dangerous creatures. Its breath is toxic, and its mere presence instills fear in those who encounter it. In mythological accounts, heroes like Heracles are tasked with slaying the Hydra as part of their legendary quests, facing immense challenges and risking their lives to overcome this monstrous adversary. Despite its terrifying nature, the Hydra symbolizes resilience and the triumph of good over evil, as heroes demonstrate courage and ingenuity in their battles against this legendary beast. Its legend continues to captivate imaginations, inspiring tales of bravery and heroism throughout the ages. Number 9. Gorgon. In Greek mythology, a gorgon is a monstrous creature typically depicted as a female with snakes for hair, staring eyes that turn onlookers to stone, and a hideous visage. The most famous of the gorgons is Medusa, whose gaze was said to petrify anyone who looked into her eyes. Gorgons were often portrayed as guardians of sacred places or treasures, and their appearance struck fear into the hearts of mortals. They were believed to reside in remote locations such as caves or islands, where they could unleash their terrifying powers on unsuspecting victims. Medusa in particular became a prominent figure in Greek mythology due to her encounter with the hero Perseus, who ultimately slew her by using a reflective shield to avoid her deadly gaze. Her severed head then became a powerful weapon capable of turning enemies to stone with a single glance. The Gorgon's appearance and abilities have made it a symbol of danger and malevolence in ancient mythology, serving as a cautionary tale about the consequences of encountering the monstrous and unknown. Number 8. Cyclops. In Greek mythology, a cyclops is a legendary creature with a single eye in the middle of its forehead. These beings are typically depicted as giant humanoid creatures, possessing immense strength and often associated with craftsmanship, particularly in the forging of weapons and armor. The most famous cyclops in Greek mythology is Polyphemus, encountered by the hero Odysseus in Homer's epic poem, The Odyssey. Polyphemus is portrayed as a brutish and uncivilized creature, living on an isolated island and herding sheep. When Odysseus and his men become trapped in Polyphemus's cave, they devise a plan to escape by blinding the Cyclops and fleeing while he is incapacitated. Cyclopes are often depicted as having a savage and primitive nature, although some myths portray them as skilled artisans and workers. Despite their monstrous appearance, they are individual beings with their own personalities and abilities, adding depth to their characterizations in ancient mythology. Number 7. Sirens. These guys are mythical creatures from Greek mythology, often depicted as seductive female beings with the upper body of a woman and the lower body of a bird. They are renowned for their enchanting voices, which they use to lure sailors to their doom by singing captivating songs. In Greek mythology, sirens were said to inhabit rocky islands or cliffs along the coastline, where they would sit and sing their irresistible melodies. Mariners who heard their songs would become mesmerized and drawn toward the source of the music, often resulting in shipwrecks as vessels crashed against the rocks. Sirens were believed to possess a supernatural allure that was nearly impossible to resist, making them both alluring and dangerous. Their songs were said to be so enchanting that even the most experienced sailors would succumb to their charms. In literature and art, sirens are often portrayed as symbols of temptation and the dangers of succumbing to desire. Their mythological significance has endured throughout history, serving as cautionary tales about the perils of indulgence and the consequences of ignoring warning signs. Number 6. Minotaur. In Greek mythology, the Minotaur is a fearsome creature with the body of a man and the head of a bull. It is the offspring of Pasiphae, the wife of King Minos of Crete, and a bull sent by the god Poseidon as punishment. The Minotaur is often depicted as a savage and monstrous being, feared by the people of ancient Greece. According to myth, King Minos commissioned the architect Daedalus to construct a labyrinth to contain the Minotaur. The creature was then imprisoned within the labyrinth, where it would prey upon sacrificial victims sent by the city of Athens as part of a tribute to Crete. The story of the Minotaur is intertwined with the legend of Theseus, a heroic figure who volunteered to slay the creature and end the cycle of sacrifices. With the help of Ariadne, King Minos' daughter, Theseus navigated the labyrinth, confronted the Minotaur, and ultimately defeated it. The Minotaur symbolizes primal instinct and the monstrous side of human nature, serving as a cautionary tale about the consequences of unchecked violence and hubris. Its legend has endured for centuries, inspiring countless works of art, literature, and popular culture. Number 5. The Basilisk. This is a legendary creature often depicted as a reptilian serpent with the head of a rooster. It is said to possess potent venom and a deadly gaze that can kill with a single glance. In medieval European folklore, the basilisk was believed to be the king of serpents and was feared as one of the most dangerous creatures in existence. According to legend, the basilisk's breath and venom were so toxic that they could wither vegetation and kill any living creature it came into contact with. Its deadly gaze was said to petrify victims instantaneously, turning them to stone. The basilisk's reputation for terror and destruction led to widespread fear and superstition in medieval Europe, with many believing that encountering one could bring certain death. Tales of brave knights and heroes venturing to slay the basilisk became popular motifs in folklore and literature, symbolizing the triumph of good over evil and the conquest of fear. If you make this far, please like and subscribe. It's completely free. Now on to the video. Number 4. Cerberus. This is a fearsome creature from Greek mythology, often depicted as a monstrous dog with multiple heads and a serpent's tail. It guards the entrance to the underworld, preventing the dead from escaping and the living from entering. In most accounts, Cerberus is described as having 3 heads, though some versions depict him with even more. According to myth, Cerberus is the offspring of Typhon and Echidna, 2 monstrous beings from Greek mythology. He was raised by Hades, the god of the underworld, to serve as his loyal guardian. Cerberus is described as having sharp teeth and a voracious appetite, making him a formidable adversary for anyone who dares to approach the gates of the underworld. In some stories, heroes such as Heracles, Hercules, and Orpheus successfully navigate the underworld and encounter Cerberus as part of their quests. These tales often emphasize the bravery and cunning required to overcome such a formidable opponent, reinforcing Cerberus's role as a symbol of death and the afterlife in Greek mythology. Number 3. Chimera. The chimera is a legendary creature from Greek mythology, typically depicted as a hybrid monster with the body of a lion, the head of a goat protruding from its back, and a serpent's tail. It is said to breathe fire and possess the ability to wreak havoc wherever it roams. According to myth, the chimera was born from the union of Typhon and Echidna, 2 monstrous beings. It dwelled in the region of Lycia in Asia Minor, terrorizing the countryside and devouring both livestock and humans. Its fearsome appearance and destructive capabilities made it a formidable adversary. In some versions of the myth, the hero Bellerophon is tasked with slaying the chimera as part of his epic quests. With the help of the winged horse Pegasus and a lead-tipped spear provided by the goddess Athena, Bellerophon ultimately succeeds in vanquishing the monster, earning fame and glory for his heroic deeds. The chimera's legend has endured for centuries, symbolizing the triumph of bravery and valor over monstrous adversity. Number 2. Kraken. The Kraken is a legendary sea monster often depicted as a massive cephalopod with enormous tentacles, capable of dragging ships and sailors to their watery demise. In folklore and mythology, it's said to dwell deep beneath the ocean's surface, lurking in the darkest depths where light fails to penetrate. Its body is often described as resembling that of a colossal squid or octopus, with a grotesque visage adorned with rows of sharp teeth. Its skin is said to be thick and rubbery, impervious to harm, and its eyes are said to glow with an eerie luminescence that pierces through the murky depths. The Kraken's most distinctive feature is its long, sinuous tentacles, each as thick as a tree trunk, and capable of crushing the hull of even the sturdiest ship. It is said to use these tentacles to ensnare its prey, dragging them down into the abyss where they are never seen again. Legends of the Kraken have struck fear into the hearts of sailors for centuries, with tales of ships disappearing without a trace, leaving behind nothing but whispered accounts of a monstrous creature lurking in the depths. Despite the lack of concrete evidence, the legend of the Kraken continues to captivate imaginations and inspire awe and dread in equal measure. Number 1, dragon. This is the most dangerous mythical creature ever lived. Dragons are legendary creatures steeped in mythology and folklore across cultures. Typically depicted as large, reptilian beasts with scaled bodies, immense wings, and long, powerful tails, dragons are renowned for their awe-inspiring presence. Their heads often feature sharp horns, piercing eyes, and formidable jaws lined with razor-sharp teeth. One of the most iconic features of dragons is their ability to breathe fire, which they unleash with devastating force upon their enemies. This fiery breath, often depicted as a stream of scorching flames or billowing clouds of smoke, adds to their fearsome reputation. Dragons are often associated with wisdom, cunning, and ancient knowledge, embodying both immense power and mystical allure. In some traditions, they are guardians of treasure, hoarding vast riches within their lairs and fiercely defending them against intruders. While dragons are typically portrayed as antagonistic forces in many legends, some stories depict them as wise and benevolent beings, offering guidance and protection to those deemed worthy. Overall, dragons are symbols of power, mystery, and majesty, inspiring awe and wonder in the imaginations of people throughout history. This is the end of the video, so let me know in the comment section which is your favorite creature. This is Improved Guy, and I see you next time.